She's very angry. She just said, he's given you cancer, you're rusting out, and she keeps showing me these leaves with all this rust marks all over it. She's very angry, and she's very angry at that other green guy because she can see he's going around going, damager, ruiner, beyond repair, ruiner, and he's basically got a murder on his... He's got this is a spiritual thing. He's got murder over his head. He wants to tell me to not fuck with him, and I just want to say they know what he's done. He can do whatever he wants to me and can keep torturing me for the rest of his life, but at the end of the day, God knows what he's done. And God knows what Kia has done, because she's also marked her as a murderer, and they've also marked that really, really tall blonde girl as a murderer. Up above, the spiritual, she said it was the cops, and she basically they showed me, you don't want to believe me, but I'm just going to say it, they showed me, and while I was in Christchurch, that the two blondes had killed me and put me in a concrete block, and then there were 7 girls that had basically, was it 7 girls or 7 men? That's what I need help with, because they're making me in a car that I'm ugly. And I think it is illegal how they've managed to get this information in these videos. I've never consented to any videotapes of me. So, going on that I'm a man, like showing vagina videos, that my grandmother showed me 7 people killed me as low oil, and there's a dog vomiting, and they just keep making me low quality oil and making me the ugly X or something. Why her? And I think these barbarians just got hold of me. They were putting me all on the internet or something, like ugly purple pussy, fucking GG, look at ugly dog X, all this kind of stuff, which shows jealousy and hatred, and I want to know why I'm being treated like that. I've got a lot of diaries that show I put a lot of energy into work. When I was in that last house, I've got all this artwork that I was doing. Obviously, I'm doing stuff in my room, and I keep my room clean, like it gets messy and then I clean it, and I can go and get things done, but I'm saying I'm a soft-hearted, kind woman that's very spiritually minded. I'm aware of spiritual side of life, and I'm the kind of person that doesn't like to cause problems to other people. But I think there's some very, very big people that are like just punishing me in life, and I just am saying it's not very fair that you're acting so arrogant. Because my case, when I was somebody, I didn't treat anybody like shit. I didn't treat people like they were nobody. I treat everybody like they were somebody. And my family is quite humble like that, and I'm finding this very upsetting, that they're carrying on and taking over all of my networks. They're taking over all of my businesses like I don't matter. They've just stolen all of my identity, and I'm being blackmailed on the dark internet, and I don't know what to do. I've asked the police maybe a year ago. I said I need witness support over a hate crime on the dark internet underground. I said they're torturing me as an ugly dog in photos, and he said, how do you know that it's true? And I had some information on my phone and some hate information, and all of a sudden all my gear went missing. Like, all of my stuff keeps going missing, and it's like they're above the law. So they've drowned me in a river that I've got a head job, I think, and making me lower class and all this kind of stuff. And all the ladies at the supermarket, like, because I was just getting ostracized and hated. And it's just kind of weird because I don't know these people. Like, I don't know Stefan from a bar of soap. I never talked to him. I ignored him at Narita's house. And they just started hating me for no reason. And I was like, what is this about? And then they just started laughing at me, saying I was a joke. So this has been going on for years. Everywhere I go, they harass me and start cracking up laughing and saying I've got a scary face, or I'm very ugly, and trying to like mess with my senses. Like, really harass me wherever I live and trying to make me look mentally ill. Now, I'm saying it's not good enough, because if I've been disemboweled, Like, I don't know why my consciousness is being locked up. I don't know why I'm not allowed to do spiritual, like, journey. Like, I don't know why you would find some woman that wants to live her life and torture her and deny her the right to live her life. And I don't know why I was being tortured in that house by my exes. I think it's not fair that there's all these men against one person. That means human trafficking. And to swap me without my rights, it's not fair. Like, swap my whole name. They've been putting me in all these bullying culture and targeting me and having these Karen cafes and bullying me and outcasting me. And I'm asking, why am I not allowed to live my life normally? It's kind of like they want me to disappear, but they want to keep using me sexually and then trying to deny that I've got a brain. So it's kind of really sadistic stuff. It's like kind of just holding me hostage and using my body against my will, and I don't want to be used like that. I want to know why he's holding me hostage. Because I don't want to be used anymore. I don't want to be trafficked at all. I'm telling you, I am being trafficked. There's no way I wouldn't have rights, because the lady said that I'm emailing her work too much, and I actually have been, but it's not going through to her for years. So I don't actually have rights to talk to her. Like, they're saying that they came the other day and saying I've been emailing her, but I haven't. Like, if you look at my phone, there's real proof that I haven't been emailing her. I said I did probably like 6 or 7 months ago because I need help. And then she goes, yeah, but it's her work, and she said she doesn't have the resources to help you. And I said, but, well, what am I meant to do? I said, I've known all these people that are very, very normal people that could help anybody. And I said, and I'm not allowed the rights to get help from anybody. That's really fucked up, to make sure that I look mentally ill and my cognitive abilities are shot, and to make sure that every part of my working history is really mental and crazy, and then deny me the right to my own money, and then basically humiliate me in the public. And it's like, well, what do you want from me? Or obviously you're murdering me, because there's no way to have a normal life. What you need is a support system. So what's happened is abuse, and I have a right to asylum, but they have got me hostage. So if I go overseas, they're holding me hostage as a prostitute, and it's abuse. They're tagging me in society and making me outcast. They bought me off my mum and are not letting me talk to anybody. And it's torture, what they're doing to me. You can't just deny people the right. He's completely erased and hollowed me out of this whole country and denied me anyone, and they're torturing my anus. And I want to know what they're doing with the camp, because the cam and the poo, I want to know what they've been doing behind my back, because I'm not awake for it. So obviously they're doing stuff with my anus when I'm asleep. I believe they're doing weird stuff with my anus, and it's abuse. And they're denying me the right to be healthy, because a healthy life would mean I would have other friends. Now, I want to address the system, and I want to address the corruption in this country, because basically you're making alliances and denying me the right to any alliance in my own life. You're denying me the right to speak to anybody. You're denying me the right to asylum. You're making me trafficked. You're making me work for free sexually. You're broken my reputation in the public. But 3 years ago, when this persecution started, there's real proof of persecution. I've got real proof about the persecution. I did have proof this recently, but they keep stealing my devices. So it's quite limited, the proof I've got, but I've got a lot of proof about the culture outcasting me, and that's just denying somebody the right to live. You're silencing me in the culture. You're just silencing me from having a family. You basically murdered me by giving me diseases that will never repair. And you're walking free with feasts and feasts of my vagina ruined. You feast millions of dollars off my vagina ruined. You're feasting. I'm being trafficked. I've got no rights to a future. I've got no rights to talk to anybody. This ethnic cleansing was to make these Snow White characters pure, and it's not fair. This fashion, like this, I knew there was a civil war, and they were just saying the Polish fashion factory was somewhat apologizing on the internet to me. Not internet, on the car radio I was driving, And I didn't think it was I'm not hearing voices, I'm not reading into weird things on the internet and the radio. But it's the fact that they said that they referred to me like as a dog, whereas I kind of knew that they were referring to me. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that they were talking about me. I'm pretty sure that they were basically saying we're sorry somebody's action this regime, and we're building this fashion factory, and so we're sorry you're being treated like a dog, but it's the only way for you to stay alive. Kind of thing. That's when I kind of felt like it was really to do with myself, because they've started a fashion thing, and basically every time I try and achieve anything to do with work or anything, it just gets denied. And there's basically a lot of somebody's written a handbook of my murder, basically about a savage. So and they've basically made me South Africa and done 600 keys. So there's 600 videos, I think, of me being degraded sexually, of me being ostracized with some and punished violently. I think there's some sort of underground toilet video and sex trafficking of me. And I wasn't like that. That's very scary, because I'm not going to be found again. But there's footage of me that looks like Jenny before the abuse, and I kind of look like... I looked a bit like Amber, my cousin Amber Tam, but I had a more refined look. Like my nose was skinny and my eyes were very sharp and bright green, but we kind of had the same freckly look, but I had more of a refined... I had a more refined face. She's got more of a down-to-earth... She had a more down-to-earth face. And I just... Basically, I've got a letter from Kylie about a year ago that I was... that I was looking for work, and I've got all the Max places. The Max is a place in Australia called Max, and it's to do with finding a job. And it's actually a really amazing recruitment agency, but for some reason, this trafficking company is not letting me have access to my own individual rights. They are taking credit for all of my talents in life. Maria erased me from my whole family. Oh, I don't know what to do. They've taken credit for my love story and basically put me to death for something so evil that I don't deserve at all. It's very much torturing. I think nobody's sad that I've lost my life, because they've got these 5 men going around denying me the right to have equality. And I'm asking, I was a light worker. I did all this spiritual work in my life, healing my cell at a cellular level. And I started doing a lot of healing juices, raw juices, eating a lot of nuts. And that's what my journey was. I had very much a vegetarian lifestyle, and I cut out sugar. Sugar breaks down your collagen. I cut out all sugar. I just had natural sugars from fruit, like fructose, and I lived on so many nuts, and I didn't eat any meat. And I actually got to a bikini, and I took one photo in my life of me in a bikini. It was a black bikini, and I really just used to go to Point Chevalier Beach and in this black bikini, and I was really happy. And I just thought, yeah, I was just a really happy person. I didn't think that I was a supermodel. I thought that I was a cute girl, and I thought I was happy. I thought other people liked me, and I just felt happy. I just went and did what I needed to do in life, and I never had problems. And I used to be fascinated with Unitech because of a ghost story there, and I used to go and drive there and try and find ghosts, but I never could. And I used to be a nanny, and I used to be really trusted. And somehow along the way, there was some demonizing in the public eye that I did all this bad stuff, and I was lying about my disability. And I think they've got all these footage in this. There's some footage in some shed. And I think that's why I'm being ostracized, because that house is to do with my landlord, and I think they don't want to get in trouble. But I'm just asking, why would anyone be filming me in that place, and why would I be having sex with anybody like Graham? I don't even know him. I think there's been a lot of violence to my vagina, like raw violence to my vagina where it bleeds, and they've been using me sexually, and I would never do that. So I'm being really abused against my rights, and everybody that I've made networks with, they're just basically stolen from me and made out that I don't deserve to be with these people. And I'm just saying, why would anyone stop somebody if they've got a diploma in design, a diploma in counselling? And I've also researched a lot of holistic healing and done a lot of therapy and had mentors and met lots of cute people in my life that taught me a lot about healthy living and being happy, and everything was very innocent in my life. Even my dark times weren't even like it dark. It was kind of like other people had darkness and they knew what it was like and would tell me, and I would get through these things. Or there would be, so I would always have weird things, like I had an elderly neighbour that was a GP on the corner, and I had every kind of community, I had kind of somebody that I could kind of talk to. Like, and when I lived at North Cross, there was a little lady that had this little pet puppy and cat, and she used to look after my dog sometimes. I just met her at the park. I always had somebody in the neighbourhood that was kind of mature and that I could kind of talk to. They're isolating me, so I'm actually being very, very sadistically trafficked. No matter who I talk to, they're right behind me, basically scooping it up and making sure that this woman gets all the attention and love, and these are all part of her trafficking network. And it's not fair situation. I'm not a dog. I want to be an individual. I want to bid for my life to be an individual, because you're really just taking my wealth away. You put everybody into residency in this country and used and abused me and exploited me and put me to death. And it's like, where am I meant to go? Not only did they just erase my whole family unfairly because I was just doing a business, and my past has been doing deep healing, supportive work where I did all this nice stuff. And this father is in LA, and he's really ruined my life. This father from America, this father from LA, and the Europeans have used parts of my working identity and the things that they were damaging, and I've got to go, but I'm just sorting things out. But it's like, where do they expect me to go? It's like LA taking over New Zealand, but where do they expect me to go? Because they're really denying me the right to grow in any way, and that's why I'm upset, because they've denied Jenny the right to a life. You've killed Jenny when 2018. She was a rising person in her business and basically an honor, and you took away me being very, very motherly to all of my kids. You've taken the credit for it all. You've taken over all of my children. You go and meet my children, and not my children, but like all my cousins that I have a maternal connection to. You've erased that I'm a maternal person at all, and it's not it's not a nice thing. It's like, where am I meant to go if this LA is taking over everything honorable that I can do for a job, and basically ruined everything that I can do for a job? Like everything to do with my spirituality, they're copying, to do with my feng shui, to do with my knowledge of angel cards and my healing abilities, and just definitely destroyed me and made out that I was dark energy and a witch, and I'm not like that. I was out at the beach every day, really happy. And they've put all these, like this keratosis in all of my brain, and this lead poisoning, and it makes it really hard. They're making me extremely vulnerable, and I'm just asking for mercy to die. Because you've taken away everything. You've taken away my identity when it comes to spirituality. Then you're using LA to kind of make everybody really fashionable. But you're keeping me like a dog and destroying my health. They've disemboweled me. Like today I've eaten like 3 kind of samosas things, and my stomach feels like I've had about 20 roast meals. Like I can't eat very much, but it's got I've got a massive belly and I can't get rid of it. It's never been like that. They're destroying my health. They're keeping me in a pipeline that I'm hard, cold, and I'm cheap quality. Everything about my life is cheap quality. Everything. I can't move on with my life. This is real extortion and abuse of power, because I used to be a respected person because I didn't do anything crazy in my life. I just used to heal people and used to go to work and used to meet friends and do really normal things, and she's really against me having fun, and if they've given me this kind of jab, there's no justice. Not only have they extorted and built a massive empire off raping me for all these years, they've denied me justice, they're paying all the police officers, so what's the point of living? This Black Noir won't let me have freedom. Instead, he keeps butchering me. So if I die, he can still have a public face of this great title, but it never was his. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like he films me every day that I'm not good enough for Ruben. And I just want to say, why is he filming me? He filmed me and my mum in that shed, did he? That I was a side chick. Did he tell anyone that I was poisoned that last time I saw him? Like, why don't they film me when I was attractive? Why did they do it when I was on a case of being poisoned for about 7 months that I know of? Because I remember calling my mum and saying, I don't want to go to Jodie's wedding. My face is ruined. And she said, what happened? And I said, I don't know. I think he stressed me out, and there's all this mold and crazy stuff in that jungle that's by my house. But it wasn't. It was heavy metal toxicity. And they've ruined my face. And I've never had any privacy because of this father from LA. He films me every day. He's pimping me out. He's got all these big black men having sex with me, and I'm not like that. I was a real privileged woman that radiated like peace and honesty and purity. I was really beautiful, and I'm really upset because I'm Irish and and I've got nowhere to go. So everywhere I go, he keeps camming me every day that I'm a fucking dog, and it's all in my doctor's notes. It's everywhere to do with my letters. He's got my whole identity, this father from LA. And I want to know, when do I get my freedom? Because it's not right. You can't deny me the right to go to work. You're obviously pimping me out. Why do you want big black men fucking me if you think I'm so ugly? Like, this is the real gross thing about it, is he's punishing me for something I don't deserve and saying that I've got to pay for his family to have honourable life in society. And it was my abundance that I worked for as a young woman, and he's taken that away from me, and I want to know why. They're so jealous of my life. Because in the past I was an honourable woman doing really honourable things with my creative life to do with the sun and nature and everything. And he's just pushed me down till I'm completely worthless. Like, I'm not talking once. I think he was fucking me at my mum's house. He was sneaking in, taking camera videos of me as some dog shit, and they were cameraing me for ages. This white woman, like, just constantly streaming me, telling my friends that I'm an ugly pog after my face is ruined. But does anyone know that? I don't get to talk to any of these people. He won't let me. He just shows me pooing all the time for years. And he's hijacking my rights to my own identity. And I don't want to have life in prison. I feel like I never have had representation. I'm protesting. I don't have rights to representation. All these people against me, I don't have anyone with me to represent me. Why are they doing this to me? It's illegal.